All right. Let's see if we can get this stream rolling and stay rolling this time. We have to get a new link for you fine folks. All right. Well, if it pulled you in, then we're good. See how many live viewers we've got. What's up, EJ? We are back. I'm back. Maybe. It looks like we're back, to me, at least. Yes, technical difficulties. Okay, so Jake's got me, Johnny's got me. Let me go. I bet some people are going to the old dead video now. So let me go put a link there to this one. Well, that's good. Yeah, take two, exactly. We'll chat, we'll do the giveaway, and then before I do that random, I just want to make sure that I'm not going to drop again. I did this a few weeks ago where it just kind of cut out once and then it was fine. Another time it cut out twice, so. Yeah, Joe, it was all you. It was all you. Let's see here. Looks like we've got 27, 28 live viewers, so. There you go. Yeah, Jake, this break did sell out fast. I was super happy with it. Somewhat surprised because sometimes those higher price points do take us a minute to get through, but it really is an epic set. 100 graded cards, tons of 5s, 6s, 7s. Should be good fun. All right, we haven't done the free spot giveaway yet, David, so we're about to. Thanks to those of you entered. Not a ton of you did. 51 comments. So let's see, grab that link. We'll do the old random comment picker here. Let's see, not anything goes. We want keyword filter, hashtag Burl. All right, Christian, glad you're back. Yeah, live viewers seem to be ticking up. There is a chance. There's a chance. One, and we'll see how many follow directions. 48 follow directions. That's sweet. All right, so 1 in 48 chance. We'll pick a winner. Good luck, everybody. You do have to interact in the chat, so I'll give you a minute. I know there's a little bit of a lag, and some folks are still hopping in. So, all right, Jason Gasick, snagging that free spot. Is Jason in here? His favorite show was at the Seattle Center in '94 with a ton of great Sonics memorabilia. Let's see. Jason is here. Congrats, Jason. Snagging that free spot in this one. Good stuff. All right, so let me get the old spreadsheet up here. Jason Gasek. All right. Yep, pretty solid odds this time. A lot fewer people are entering the giveaways on YouTube, and I'm going to be honest. I'm so tired of the scam accounts on Facebook trying to steal people's information. I don't know when I'll do it on Facebook again. Maybe I'll do more on Twitter and Instagram, but I probably won't even do the giveaways on Facebook for a while because I've had at least 4 people this year tell me they've had their credit card info stolen because they 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 enter it after those scammer comments, and it's like I don't know, it just bothers me. So, right, yeah, this is an interesting set. It is pretty polarizing, as Steve pointed out. Um, TV design, I remember my grandparents had a TV like this, the old wooden framed. I don't know, it just feels very appropriate for the era for me. Um, but some people don't like it, particularly because I think the main detractor from it is that the design itself takes up so much of the card that it kind of can become the focal point at times. Um, so I think that's maybe the main knock against it. But alas, it is what it is. For better or for worse, obviously you all bought in, you have some interest in it. So got some cool ones. A lot of cards to show you tonight. So we'll see where these randoms land. We had 15 spot max. Every spot gets a card. 100 graded cards to go around out of 320. All right. We do use random.org's the list randomizer. Here's where you all come in. Help me out. Give me a number between or including. Between or including, let's do 5 and 12. Between or including 5 and 12. We'll do the 5th number in the chat tonight. How many times we'll randomize this list? 5th number in the chat. Yeah, good luck, everybody. Zenith. That's right. I remember the old wooden Zenith. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Steve's got us with 6 randoms. Jake trying to get the old 0.6 in there again. All right, so we'll randomize this list 6 times. See where things land. My camera's just a hair crooked, isn't it? That's gotta be driving y'all nuts. Okay, I don't know if that's better or worse. All right, 6 randoms. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. David Chang and Darren Nelson. All right, we'll make this a little smaller, but the actual text bigger so we can read it. All right. So there are more graded cards than we're even going to look at in this. I'm just going to go ahead and say that because we're not looking at 100 graded cards. We are looking at all the stars, and I did pull out every graded card that was a 7 because there a decent number of those because it's just cool to see high grade cards from the 50s. All right, Wilhelm going to David Chang. And some sixes of, guys you've heard of as well. So Alvin Dark. Card number 2 going to Brian Yacker. PSA 6 here on this one. Joe Coleman, number 3. Going to Michael O'Leary. PSA 6 here as well. All right, Gil McDougald. He's card number 9. Going to Laura Conrad. With Phil Scooter Rizzuto. Taking a grounder. Card number 10 going to William Ratliff. PSA 5 on the Scooter. Andy Pafko, card number 12. PSA 7 here on the Pafko. Going to Christian Wagner. Just beautiful card. Nice clean examples throughout. Card number 20 is Al Smith. He's also PSA 7. Going to Doug Mazeppa. All right, first big hit coming up with card number 22, Roy Campanella. Campy is your NL MVP. Let's see. Yep, Dodgers won the pennant and the World Series in 1955. Campy going to Joe Cerullo. Congrats, Joe. Getting the MVP winner, Campy. PSA 5 and a newer PSA 5 grade. Really nice card. If any of you bought several spots and you hit, an old grade and a new grade, you'll be able to see the difference. Because like some of these, like this K line, obviously it's just a hair off center, but man, it is sharp. PSA 6. Number 23 going to John Lavin. Minnie Minoso is card number 25. Going to Ettore. Hey, see Mike. So there's the Minoso. Laying down a bunt. Shane Dienst, he's 29. Going to Greg Ritzer. All right, Nellie Fox, he's card number 33. PSA 5 here on the Fox. Went to Brian Richmeyer. Clint Courtney, PSA 7, card number 34, going to William Ratliff. Pee Wee Reese, card number 37. Going to Troy Golombisky. There you go, Troy, getting a little Pee Wee action. Early win, he's number 38. PSA 5, going to Todd McKenzie. Bob Greenwood, card number 42. Going to Damon Schrauner. PSA 7 there. Bob Bull. Also PSA 7 going to Yaron. Card number 43. Card number 44. Also PSA 7. Danny O'Connell going to Joe Cerullo. Hey Marty, no worries. We had a little technical difficulty that you just got to skip out on anyway, so no, you didn't miss much. We're just almost 20% of the way through the set here. Let's see, 49. Jim Greengrass going to Brian Yacker. He's also PSA 7. Al Rice, PSA 7. Number 52 going to John Lavin. With Kellner. 53 going to Greg Ritzer. PSA 7 here. It's a new 7. There's a blazer of a card. Another Hall of Famers next. Card number 59. Hey, Doug. Good to see you, man. Whitey Ford going to Yaron. PSA 6 here on the Ford. Yeah, no, lots of people missed out on this break. I struggled a little bit with where to put the limits at. 60. Enos Slaughter going to Damon. 5.5 here on the Slaughter. But the last 55 break we did wasn't quite as high grade. I think its price point was like $17.50, and had a limit of 15 on it, and it took like, I think it was like a solid day to sell. So I thought that same limit might work well here, but obviously demand was just a little higher than I expected. So right, Don Larson, number 67, to Christian Wagner. Of course, Dodgers did take down the Yankees in the World Series 7 games in 1955. Elston Howard going to Laura Conrad, PSA 5 on the Howard. Daly, he's 71, PSA 7. Going to Robert Morris. Dave Jolly. I don't know what I said. I don't think I said Jolly. McDonald, also PSA 7. Going to Troy Golombisky. With Lou Boudreau, 89. Going to Chris Gangi. PSA 6 here. Hank Thompson, 94, going to William Ratliff. All right, we've got our World Series MVP up next, Johnny Podres, going to Steve Strauss. So Podres with those, in the wind-up pose, with some lights behind him. Always a fan of stuff in the background. Nice little Podrace card for you, Steve. Gilliam. He's 98. PSA 5.5. Junior goes to Damon. Really nice color, gloss on a lot of these. Beautiful cards. All right, 103, Ed Matthews. Go to Robert Morris. Matthews is PSA 5. Roger Bowman. It's always fun to get a Bowman card of a Bowman. A Bowman, if you will. 115. 1-2, Matthew Connor. PSA 7 on the Bowman. 120, Birchie is also a 7. Went to Jake Bednar. With Grissom at 123 is also a 7. Went to Chris Gangi. Richie Ashburn here is a PSA 5. 130. Went to Mike Heffelfinger. That would have been quite the tongue twister, wouldn't it? If Bowman had won a Bowman of Mr. Bowman. All right, King, 133. Went to Steve Strauss. 7 here on King. Let's see, Bob Feller. PSA 6 on the Feller, 134. Went to Jake Gebhardt. With Talbot at 137. To Jeff Brooks. It's also a PSA 7. I'm going to take this one out of the sleeve because it's too wrinkly. Okay. The Shantz brothers. Bob and Bill. PSA 6. Fun stuff. 139, Shantz, Billy and Bobby going to Damon, PSA 6. Yeah, and I'm trying to think, is this the first multiplayer Bowman card? I think so. Right, 143, Don Newcomb going to Joe Cerullo, PSA 5 here on the Newcomb. Hodges is 158. Going to Jake Bednar. A little gill for you. Scowron's 160. Going to Anthony Mastaloni. Yogi Berra, your AL MVP, 168. PSA 6.5 on the Yogi. Going to Mike Heffelfinger. Very nice hit, Mike. Very nice card. Robin Roberts is next. Roberts led the league with 23 wins in 1955. PSA 6. That's pretty funny, Damon. Robin Roberts going to Greg Ritzer. PSA 6. All right. Hank Aaron. PSA 5. 179. I do think the Aaron is my favorite 55 Bowman card. I just feel like the pose is solid. The red and blue play well with the border, and you got the stadium in the background, the big lights. It's good stuff. All right, 179. Going to Jonathan Rezina. Nice Hammer and Hank there for you. Nice bold colors. Mix this. He's also a 7 at 181. What a Michael Banning. Does mean we have another big card next. 184, Willie Mays. Gorgeous centering on this one. Moderate corner wears the reason for the downgrade. But PSA 5, 184, going to Michael O'Leary. Well, congrats, Michael. Huge hit for you. Too bad you already signed off, but congrats anyways. Hope you enjoy adding the old Willie Mays to the collection. All right, Ralph Kiner is up next. I like the Mays card too, even if Aaron's my favorite in this set. All right, Kiner, always nice alike, like a nice glove in a picture. So Kiner here, PSA 5, card 197. On to Mike Heffelfinger. Nice, Mike. Snag another Hall of Famer for you. Oh, good stuff. All right, I need to move this stack before it gets too dangerously high. And we get to look at Mick next. Absolutely fantastic card here. Mickey Mantle, PSA 5.5. Nice centering. Gorgeous card. Mantle ended up with 37 home runs in 1955. Card number 202. Going to Yaron. Nice hit, Yaron. Always nice to add a big mantle. 209. Smokey Burgess going to Kyle Bean. PSA 6. Always like a catcher vest. Cool card, Kyle. George Kell, 213. To Jake Bednar. PSA 5 here on the Kell. There's our focus again. All right, 220. Hearn is a 7. Going to Doug Mazeppa. Kimmerer, also a 7. He's 222. To Matthew Connor. Right, with Paul Richards being the first card in the high series. So if you're unfamiliar, 2 series in 1955 make this probably the, the toughest just from a finding them perspective, not a cost perspective, but finding them perspective, the most difficult Bowman set. Greg Ritzer getting this, Paul Richards. Now, not all the high numbers are super tough, but there are a lot of umpires, like W.F. McKinley, going to Jake Bednar. The umpires are particularly tough, so high numbers are a little tougher to find in general, and I think kids just didn't keep the umpires, because why we got umpire cards, guys? Um, I think that was kind of the mindset at the time. I think it's kind of cool at this point because you just don't have a lot of umpire cards. Paparella goes to Chris Gangi. So a lot of these umpire cards do end up kind of being hits in a sense because they're not hits because kids didn't keep them. Stanky going to Joseph Post. But I think the reason why we have umpire cards to begin with, like Mr. Rommel here, going to Terry McCoy, is because contract disputes. So Topps and Bowman were each signing guys to exclusives. Bowman really wanted another series, and they were out of players, or short of players, I should say. And so, well, let's throw some umpires out there. It's a last-ditch effort. Ultimately, Bowman's last set produced. PSA 6 here on the Ernie, 242. Going to Michael O'Leary. Huge break for Michael. Congrats, Michael, getting a double big Hall of Famers. He's gonna tune off to feed his cat more often if this is the way it goes. A bunch of you are gonna go buy some cats this week, right? Hank Bauer going to William Ratliff. Exactly. Larry Knapp, it's 250. To Miles Wren. Stevens being 258. Going to Drew Newhoff. He's real happy to have his picture taken to be on a card. That's how I'd be smiling too if they wanted to put me on a card. Don Mossy going to Michael Bender. Nice American flag there in the background. Hurley's 260. Going to Joe Kohler. Bob Lemon 262. Going to William Ratliff. Barlick, particularly tough umpire card. Going to Kevin O'Malley. Honicic, another good one. Going to Yaron. And we aren't going to show all the umpires, although it'd be fun. But Phil Cavaretta, he's PSA 6 on 282. Going to Joe Cerullo. Chilak here. Going to Josh Bailey. Tchaikovsky. Going to Steve Strauss. Walt Dropo. 5.5 SGC. Going to Jonathan Resina. 289. Gore. Going to Jake Bednar, PSA 5 on the Gore. Ballinfont, 295. Going to David Shoup. Warnicki, 299. Going to Darren Nelson. Oh. Engeln. 301s gets a PSA 6. Going to Kelly Engel. There you go, Kelly. Conlin goes to Joe Cerullo. PSA 4. And just a handful left to look at here. We've got Al Lopez as manager, 308. Going to Jeff Brooks. There's that free spot popping up. Jason Gasick gets the Hal H. Dixon umpire. Beckett 4.5 on this one. Goats. 311 going to Jake Bednar. Oh, I should go ahead and say, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. You're here, you might as well subscribe. Get notified. Should have another free spot giveaway coming up later this week. Maybe some more recent pickups on that video, as well as details about the quarterly customer appreciation giveaway that I'm doing. So it's somehow we're coming up on the end of the first quarter for 2024. Donatelli. Went to Rob Webster. Dale Mitchell going to Joe Kohler. Hubbard, 315. Jonathan Razina. With Summers coming in at 317. Laura Conrad. There you go, Ed. Nice little high number umpire. And that does it for the hits in this one. So appreciate everybody who bought in. Do go check out the page. I did remove that one spot limit on the 63 set break repack. Those of you who bought in on those, should have already gotten them or should be getting them soon. I think those all shipped out. I think I shipped them out a day early. I think they all went out on the 20th. So those should be getting there any day now. But to be determined what next weekend's break's going to be. I know we're going to do the customer appreciation giveaway break. So if you've bought into anything in March, you'll get you'll be entered. I don't know exactly how many winners we're going to have, but we'll see. I'll figure out the details on that this week, along with whatever else we've got going on. I've got a few options and just haven't decided yet. So that's all I got. Appreciate each and every one of you. This is Burl signing off.